Alright, off we go. It's the Ryan Hartson Show on BWC Internet Radio. Good to have you in. I'm Ryan Hartson, if you didn't notice. Here breaking down the Eastern Conference Finals. What a phenomenal Eastern Conference Finals they are. Talking about the Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat. They played their Game 2 last night. We'll be breaking that down today. Quick programming note, we're not going to do a Oklahoma City-Dallas preview for tonight. I think Corey did a sufficient job with his breakdown of Game 1. He also kind of previewed Game 2. So I think we're just going to kind of leave that alone. Quickly, I think the Thunder are going to win tonight, tie up that series at 1. I think Durant's going to have a bigger game. I don't see Nowitzki having the same 48 points because, he's indefensible and he had the greatest playoff shooting performance of all time. So pretty much that's not going to happen again. And the Thunder were in great position to win that game. If Dirk Nowitzki doesn't go absolutely crackers on the Thunder are going to win that game in Game 1. So I figured Nowitzki's not going to go absolutely crackers in Game 2, and the Thunder are going to be able to win. So anyway, I will take the Thunder to win tonight. We're not talking about that. We are talking Bulls Heat. Really good game last night, 85-75. Heat win. LeBron James puts the game away. He was phenomenal last night, scoring 29 points. He was excellent, scored the majority of the Heat's points in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, you know what the score was? Miami outscored the Bulls 14-10. 14-10. Think about that. At the end of the third quarter, they must have just gone to the benches and said, you know what, screw offense. Let's just beat the crap out of each other. And that literally happened. If you notice, D-Wade was going to the cup, and Omar Asik, is that how you pronounce his name? Omer Asik? Whatever. I think it's Asik, so we're just going to stick to Asik. Asik, elbow to chin contact with Dwayne Wade driving to the cup, and Asik, blood gushing from his chin, throat, whatever, blood going all over the place. D-Wade's elbow, not gushing blood, but he was bleeding pretty good himself. And, so literally a bloodbath at that point. And all of a sudden it's the Bulls and the Heat, and they just start beating the crap out of each other the entire game. LeBron makes clutch shots down the stretch to put it away. I'm sick and tired of people saying that LeBron James is not a closer. Seriously. LeBron James isn't a closer? Wow. He's closed like the last 3 playoff games. Game 4 against Boston, Game 5 against Boston, and now this game. LeBron puts games away in the fourth quarter in the playoffs. That's why he's the best player in the NBA. It's pretty simple. But no, he hasn't made this and he hasn't made that in the regular season. The regular season is completely irrelevant. And you keep talking about, everybody says, oh, but this happened in the regular season, that's why the Bulls are going to do this. What a load of crap. The regular season is so irrelevant. I don't look at it for anything. Literally anything. The regular season, anything that happened in the regular season in the NBA is completely irrelevant. I thought we learned that last year. When Boston and the Lakers, the Boston is, they're all banged up and, they kind of tanked it. We don't know what's going to happen in the Lakers. Oh, but there's a lot wrong with them. And all of a sudden they're playing each other in a 7-game series in the NBA Finals. Why? More talent, more size, blah, 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 blah. We get all that. The more talented teams are the ones who advance. It has absolutely nothing to do with what happened in the regular season. There's no such thing as momentum in the NBA because there's a lot of off days, a lot of that. So it's not like the Heat are taking momentum into the next one. There are actual fundamental statistical reasons why the Heat are going to win games 3 and 4. The Bulls have no offensive talent outside of Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose shot 7 for 23 last night. That sucks. He was missing layups, which is pathetic. I'm going to come back to that. So you would expect, and your role players, like your Dangs, your Noahs, your Taj Gibsons, they're not coming to Miami with you. They're staying in Chicago, pretty much. I mean, obviously they're going to go down there and they're going to play, but role players don't play well on the road. They're not supposed to. Role players are supposed to play well at home. Your stars, or star, are supposed to play well on the road. And Derrick Rose one star, a 25 points a game star, who, he's not the most efficient guy in the world. He does turn over the ball quite a bit. Only 2 turnovers tonight. So when you're inefficient and you're turning the ball over all the time, and you're the best player, are you going to have a lot of success on the road against a team that has 3 superstars and their role players are pretty damn good? James Jones won the 3-point contest for a reason. He's arguably the best shooter in the game right now. The game meaning, um, everybody who's left in the playoffs right now. Ray Allen is probably a better shooter than James Jones, but Ray Allen's not playing right now. James Jones is. So the game means the 4 teams left in the conference finals. And you can make an argument for some of the people on the Mavericks, whatever. James Jones, a phenomenal role player. You've also got Zydrunas Ilgauskas, who I can finally pronounce his name, thank God. And Udonis Haslem is a role player who played phenomenal in Chicago. Imagine that at home. He's going to be excellent, assuming he can overcome the soreness. He hasn't played in a while. I don't know if he's going to be NBA healthy. Like we talked about this yesterday. If he's going to be NBA healthy to play a full game, it's something interesting to think about. Is that, can he maintain that? Can his legs stay fresh enough for him to dominate another game like he did last night? He was excellent, and I was absolutely calling for it. I thinking Haslem's got to do something eventually, and he did. Haslem played an excellent game last night. I have the box score, and I'm always in the wrong spot looking at it. Haslem, where did he score? Where are the points? Oh, there we go. 13 points, whatever. His plus-minus was a joke, by the way. You only look at plus-minus for, like, superstars. Well, they talk about box scores. I thought he played so much better than this. 50% scoring, which is good, right? 13 points, decent. 1 steal, 1 block, that's huge. 5 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, or 5 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds. Made all his free throws. I mean, statistically, that's really not that's a Joakim Noah box score. And, they say, oh, he played so well. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I thought he played a lot better than that. Oh, well. But anyway, Haslem was big last night. Like, he was that big inside presence, big guy in the middle making the plays. He was the Kendrick Perkins of this game, if you will. The numbers aren't there, but you felt his presence. Watching that game, you could just feel his presence. You knew he was making a difference. My mind's eye tells me now. He did make a difference in that game. Screw the box score, right? Sometimes you do just have to throw the box score out. But the Bulls, I love to dissect statistically because they do all the things that don't show up on the box score. They're great at it, right? Playing defense, rebounding, and blah, blah, blah. They are fantastic off the box score. However, in the box score, they're terrible. Carlos Boozer, 7 points. Luol Deng, 13. I keep pausing to drink because my throat is really dry. Joakim Noah with 9 points. Wow, he was great. Derrick Rose, inefficient, 21 points. Superstars plus minus matters. He was minus 12. That's horrible. When your superstar is on the court and you're outscored by 12 points when your superstar is on the court, something is wrong. Could it be the rest of your team sucks? Yes. It's absolutely that. They cannot score the points to get past the Heat. We've been going over this forever. For 2 months I've been saying it. The Bulls cannot score the points to be successful, to be able to beat the Heat, to get to the finals. It's fact at this point. And yeah, they defend and they rebound great, but the Heat are definitely as good a defensive team as the Bulls are. Not as good a rebounding team, but do have the ability to rebound, especially with Udonis Haslem out there. And they score the points. That's the difference. The Heat have LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. The Bulls have Derrick Rose, who sometimes can be inefficient. 7 of 23. This is not the first time this happened. He took 36 shots, or 34 shots and scored 34 points in one Atlanta game. Like, he does this. Every once in a while, he needs to be efficient. Derrick Rose doesn't just need to score, he needs to score efficiently. I get he's the only guy who can score. Just he wouldn't take so many shots if the ball, you know, almost every time he had the ball, he scored. And he doesn't do that. If he was, 10 for 23, 12 for 23, that's that's around where he needed to be with his makes. And he was missing layups. He was flat out missing layups. And that's, you know, everybody said, well, that's the Heat's defense. No, it's not. He makes those plays. He makes those plays all the time. He was just missing last night. And as I said, LeBron and D Wade in game one were missing shots they will never miss again. Derrick Rose was missing layups he will not miss again in this series. He just won't. And you know that, and I know that. And he's going to end up scoring 30 points in each of the next couple of games. However, D Wade and LeBron can both score 30 points. And that's why I think they're going to win games 3 and 4. You go back to Chicago for game 5. Derrick Rose will score 1,000,000 points, and they'll win that game. LeBron closes it out in game 6. This is not rocket science. It's absolutely not rocket science. It's simple. Look, these teams are even. And there's a yin and yang that is interesting to pay attention to. The Heat's athletes versus the Bulls' defenders. I like the Heat's athletes because those athletes can score points. The Bulls' defenders defend. The Bulls are the 2000 Ravens. They play brilliant defense, but you got Trent Dilfer for your quarterback. But the Ravens won a championship. I know, it's a metaphor, guys. Just roll with me. A great defensive team. The 2008 Ravens. Great defense. Joe Flacco's your quarterback. He throws interceptions in the AFC Championship game. That's it. Could Derrick Rose implode in the conference finals? Maybe. Probably not. He's the MVP. The MVPs don't implode often, except for Dirk Nowitzki in the first round. Hey, there you go. It happens all the time. So, anyway, is the series done? No. By no stretch of the imagination is this series over. The Bulls are going to win another game. Maybe. No, I'm kidding. Of course the Bulls are going to win another game. But at the end of the day, the Heat are the better team and are going to close out this series. I love the Heat. I have for a while. I think they're excellent. And I like the Miami Heat to close out this series in 6 games. I know it's only tied at 1, but I think the series is essentially over. All right. Awesome to be here today. I'll be back. JMFPSP on Saturday, I think. I don't know what's going on between now and then. See you next time. It's Ryan Hartson on BWC Internet Radio.